Here's what we're buzzing about at Newsbeast. President Obama's State of the Union causing ripples throughout the political stratosphere.
Woo-hoo.
But first, cheats, and we've got a special guest today. Robert
Yes,
Zimmerman, Democratic Mandarin, good dude. Andrea Mitchell, that's your cheat today. What you got?
Great report by Andrea Mitchell.
She is so fantastic.
And she's so consistently fantastic.
Yeah, she's really a no-shit reporter.
Absolutely. And you know, she's...
Sorry.
Can we say that?
It's not cable.
But the point is, she's there, cutting edge. She's not afraid to follow a story. She's not afraid to break news even people are not, or people who don't believe it. She's got a story out today where the Romney organization, people from the Romney camp, are talking about the fact that if he doesn't win Florida, then you're going to see Republicans looking for an alternative. I have to tell you, every political operative in America in both parties has this delusional fantasy that they'll be part of a brokered convention. I think it's really, it's induced by all the bad food we eat at political receptions, quite frankly, but nonetheless, that's our dream. The last time there was a brokered convention that produced a president was 32 with Roosevelt. Dewey in 48, Stevenson in 52. Not since Stevenson in 52 has there been a brokered convention. I've always discounted it. I have to tell you, if Romney's not there, the Republicans will never let Newt be the nominee. It'll be fun.
It's really amazing. My favorite part of this is the names that they're throwing out for the possible panacea here. I mean, they're going to exchange Mitt Romney for Mitch Daniels, and somehow that's going to solve all of their problems.
After his speech last night, I think that would be a wise move. But I'll get to that.
It certainly would be a wise move 3 months ago.
I mean, you could look at
rewrite history.
You could look at Mike Huckabee as an option.
Sure.
Maybe a Huckabee Christie ticket. The bottom line
Chris
is
Christie. That's the one guy who could unite the party.
Yeah, but Chris Christie, but he's already far too deep with the Romney camp. I mean, it would be such an epic betrayal for him to slip in front.
We're forgetting something. While you have the Republican politicians wanting to find an alternative, the Republican voters may not be there.
All right.
We've turned this into the obsessional, but I'm actually going to jump in and talk about Demi Moore.
Let's move it forward.
So Demi Moore, sadly, tragically, is in rehab.
Not unexpectedly.
Not unexpectedly, not inconsistent with her past. Understandably. Demi, as we all know, is going through a terrible divorce from Ashton Kutcher, who's considerably younger than she is, and also a philandering bastard. And Demi's had a rough time. There were some pictures of her looking dangerously thin. She has a history of substance abuse. There are some whispers that maybe she's having some problems with painkillers or alcohol.
Vicious gossip.
Or Kabbalah.
I am merely reporting, or a cult religion. Yes, I'm merely relaying to our many viewers that that these items are in the news. So Demi, after a period of exhaustion, has checked into a facility, and our hearts go out to you, Demi, and for a speedy rehabilitation.
I love the euphemism of exhaustion.
I was about to say.
Only celebrities get hospitalized for exhaustion. I just want to know, is that just...
I don't know. I think by the end of this week, I might just go to a facility.
Just go just for the hell of it.
It's been a long week.
We're all there for you.
All right, I'm talking pirates. I'm talking pirates because this is just so awesome. Last night, walking into the State of the Union, it's so badass. The president kind of leaned over to Leon Panetta and said, "Good job tonight." Everyone's like, "What?" And somebody tweeted earlier today, he's like, it's a safe bet whenever the president's talking to a large group, either there's terrorists
We're going
or
to
pirates
take someone
getting
out.
killed. Yeah. Which is just kind of awesome.
You know, I remember during the Bush administration, there was always a suspicious raise in the terror threat level before an important speech or an election. It's funny to me that during the Obama administration, we're seeing a different, similarly, frankly, theatrical tactic. And who am I to say whether the timing is suspicious? But
there's a real difference,
though. It is kind of incredible that these assassinations happen with clockwork right before something major happens.
There's a real difference. At least
of course there's a real difference.
Obama's getting results, and so are our Navy SEAls, as opposed to the optics and the political strategies of.
Yeah,
but you can't deny that the spectacle of it is impressively timed.
I don't agree with you on the cause effect there, but let's focus back on the speech because that is, after all, our obsessional. Robert, you're our guest today. You've been around Democratic politics for a long time. We talked about the Democratic enthusiasm gap for President Obama. Been unreported. Was this speech help that?
By the way, you and I have talked about that, but Democrats don't want to discuss it. And this speech...
It's a shame that will not be named.
Exactly right. And in fact, if there ever was any question about the concern about Democratic enthusiasm gap, this speech addressed it. Because this speech, leading very well with the Iraq War, the withdrawal from Iraq, bringing our soldiers home, ending with bin Laden, it was focused on themes to mobilize the Democratic base. and it was mobile. It was focused on themes to energize and engage the Democratic base, which has been, very frankly, it's been slow in engaging in this campaign.
Does that then just burn the bridges of trying to actually pass legislation in this fourth year of the administration? Is that the cost of this?
There is never any illusion that legislation was going to be passed during this coming year.
One thing that was interesting to me was the way Obama integrated some Republican phrasings and some Republican talking points into his speech, which clearly is a campaign tactic and clearly one to sort of cut off at the knees some Republican avenues for argument here.
Let's do final word.
Illusion.
Campaign.
Middle class. That's all for us with the Beast. We'll see you tomorrow. Bob, great to see you.
Great to be with you.
Thanks for coming.
All right. Okay.